Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the It Doesn't Matter podcast. And we've got myself, John, and we have...
The Dominican Dream, baby. The Thiels. Papi Plátano.
There he is. And we also have...
I am the notorious one. I am Dom. Boom.
That's right. And we are talking and reviewing WWF Backlash 2003. A very, rev up your engines, everyone. A very notorious show featuring a powerful main event featuring the final boss, The Rock, versus Goldberg in his first WWE match. But we have a whole show to get through. So, Dom, what's going on with Backlash 2003?
All right, so this show kicks off with a video package of the most electrifying man in all entertainment, The Rock. And then they show him doing this thing in Hollywood. They show him laying a Smackdown on all the legends from past and present. Then they show my man Goldberg's greatest hits, 173-0 in WCW. I was hyped.
Yeah.
So I never seen this show before. I know the outcome, whatever, but this is the time, and I'm in high school. I ain't had $49.99 for a pay-per-view. Can afford that.
39.
But I look forward to this. 39. Hey, still can afford it. Mom wasn't paying for that. Well, anyway, this is a joint production show. This is Raw and SmackDown, and we give you Backlash. Backlash comes from Worcester, Massachusetts, from the Spectrum Center. John, were you there?
I was not there, even though it is a Northeast show. It's 1 hour away from the humble town of New London, Connecticut. But I was in college at the time, and I don't know, I just didn't make it out there, so I missed this one. Sad.
Selfish.
Yeah. Abel didn't have his license yet, so we wasn't out there either. So don't feel bad.
Sure, it was in 9th grade. What the hell are you talking about?
Exactly.
9th, 10th
grade. Exactly. All right. So on the Raw side, on the commentating team, we have Jerry the King Lawler and the coach, Jonathan Coachman. Strat. Where was the King? Or where was JR?
He was at ringside. No. JR was taking just a 1 month sabbatical, but on storyline, he was fired from Eric Bischoff on Monday Night Raw, but he would be back. But, he just took a month off for, who knows? He's had a lot of health issues, so it probably could have been health related at the time.
All right. And on the SmackDown side, we have Michael Cole, the voice of WWE Today, and Taz, your AEW commentator. Taz looking fairly young right here.
Yo, I noticed that too.
What full head of hair.
I don't know about full head of hair, but it was definitely there.
Yeah, he still had it.
Yep.
All right, let's get into our first match. Our first match of the night, we have the world greatest tag team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, your tag team champions of SmackDown, taking on Los Guerreros of Eddie Guerrero and Chavo Guerrero.
Man, that photo isn't even accurate. It doesn't even look anything like Eddie. Did not look like that anymore. He kind of grew out his hair a bit, and Charlie Haas there has a full, luscious, bush-like eyebrows, but he did not have that during the match because man, that mother effer trimmed them to a T. Looked like there's a Sharpie marker painted on those things. But,
I mean, yeah, I noticed that too.
Never mind that. How's the match?
Platinum, what do you think about the match? Usually, at this time, we would get like some cruiserweight opening match, whatnot, but now the tag team route. So what do you think about this match right here?
I mean, the tag teams at this time, that was like our tag team, you and me, Dom, if I remember correctly, when we first got to talking as buddies. I mean, you got Eddie Guerrero, who's a future Hall of Famer, and Chavo, he's so underrated. You don't... The older we get, the more you realize how much talent this guy had and wasn't utilized because he wasn't 6'5", 250. Probably could have been world champion any other company right now in this day and age. But it was a good match. It was a lot of the Guerreros cheating, stealing, and cutting the ring in half more than I would have thought that the world's greatest tag team, which I believe they were the heels, right? But yes. The Guerreros were actually the real heels in this match. And Eddie just playing up to the crowd. This is the reason why he became champion a year later. Is just It was a good match. A lot of entertainment, a lot of smart moves that I didn't expect from them, and I was like, okay. And then you can see the brilliance of Chavo that still to this day, especially with some of the training he does with some of the shows, and I guess he does some stuff in Hollywood too. So for me, it does matter. It got the crowd going, and yeah, John, what do you think?
Well, hold on, Rip. Before John gets to it, sorry, John, I mean to cut you off. When the World Greatest Tag Team, Team Angle came out, they came out with a tripod and a photo of Kurt Angle. John, where was Kurt Angle at this time?
Come on, man. This is the infamous WrestleMania 19. Brock
Yeah.
broke Lesnar and broke Angle wrestling each other in the main event to see who could be handicapped the longest. That's where Kurt Angle was, okay? He was
Let the people know. Let the people know.
He was hurting like a mother.
Yeah, Kurt was not. He didn't even know if he could make it to Mania, but because it was Brock and he felt that it was special, and he said, "You know what? For Brock, I'm gonna hold off my surgery and get that last match in." And that's why they brought the that canvas with his picture. So stupid.
Kurt Angle.
Oh, jeez.
Well, to come, yeah. But yeah, no. JR is missing from the show. Kurt Angle's missing from the show. You'll notice a lot of other superstars missing from the show, including a match that preceded all of this on Sunday Night Heat. It was Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner taking on the Master of Style, Rico Constantino, in a 3-minute match featuring 3-minute warning. And that you can find that on YouTube. The Peacock does have the Heat archives, but I don't think it has this match. But hey, I really like Scott Steiner at the time, and you know he had the 2 world title matches with Triple H months before he missed WrestleMania because he sucked so bad. But I still liked him, so there you go. Scott Steiner and Rico took place as the Sunday Night Heat match, the pre-show match for this pay-per-view.
That's 2 names that you never would have thought would have had a match. Like what? That's a
both.
certified squash for Scotty, but
that's a certified banger, a 3-minute banger. And
no,
Scott
Burger.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Burger after burger after burger.
Scott Steiner even won the match as an ode to his WCW brethren, Sting. He won with a Scorpion Death Drop, the Steiner Death Drop.
Oh my God.
But we're talking about this match, a paid match, a pay-per-view match, Los Guerreros and Team Angle still at the time. No, it was a fantastic opener. They had a lot of real deep wrestling action in the beginning of the match, and it picked up toward the end. It was a different kind of opener, like you mentioned, Dom. It wasn't like a cruiserweight classic, but it was showing the incredible skills of Eddie Guerrero, even in tag team form. So, I mean, looking back, you would think the show would have a high quality of match, just like this opening match. But this tag team match probably was, honestly, probably one of the better matches on this show. But that's still to come as we review Backlash 03.
I totally agree with that.
Yes, I enjoyed the match. Team Angle, they were smart. They were aggressive. They were using the 3 eyes towards Los Guerreros. These guys were beat down Eddie Guerrero, and every single time Eddie would try to get the pin, they cut him off using that intelligence, won the eyes. they used it, but the finish of the match, we see Chavo getting ready to hit a back suplex on Charlie, but Shelton grabbed his leg.
There was no integrity there doing that.
Whatever, you gotta do something to retain the titles, and
yes,
that's what happened. They kept the titles. They cheated to win.
Unfortunately, the Guerreros weren't having that after that match, so they got their heat back. Chavo jumped over the top rope and onto the world's greatest tag team, Team Angle, and they left with the tag team titles in a lowrider, which was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie, I like those lowriders, but
I mean,
like Taz was saying, it's got a flat.
I mean, even the horn playing a classic La Cucaracha, big pop from the Worcester crowd here. All 3 times he hit the horn, and it's kind of like it's so stereotypical. And there's a lot of that in professional wrestling, especially in any year that has not been the past 3 years. Insensitive, but it was funny and it was fun. It just works, especially because Eddie Guerrero is just that charismatic kind of guy, so it works for him. I don't think you can get away with it with Dragon Lee or Santos Escobar today, but
no, it was a fun opener.
Yes, fun opening.
It was. Los Guerreros stole the tag team titles, and you have the world greatest tag team looking stupid in the ring, holding a tripod and Kurt Angle's picture.
Yeah. Like, go get your titles, bro. What the hell are you doing?
Just hold the picture.
Don't worry about that damn freaking video. Just go and grab your titles.
All right. So after this, we have a backstage segment with Tess talking to Torrie Wilson, and Torrie Wilson is telling Tess to stop calling me, leave me alone, and then Tess is talking, just saying that your Playboy photos is showing me that you want me. Like, what? Like, what does that mean?
Who wrote
Tess is dating Stacy Keibler at the time, and it was just cheesy. It was cheesy General Hospital type of stuff. And Tess kissed Torrie, and Torrie slapped him afterwards.
Cheesy. It made me feel uncomfortable watching some of that stuff.
Called him a jerk.
Yeah.
I'd rather be dead than be caught with an angle like this.
Absolutely. Like I said, it felt the older you get, the more you feel more uncomfortable with some of this bullshit. I know they're trying to make some kind of drama and it's a television show, but some stuff, man, just keep it out of wrestling, please.
Torrie was really skinny too, down below.
So while this is all going on, after Torrie walks away, Sable comes out and she peeps them, and then she starts following Torrie down the hallway. Cheesy. They could have just did this on SmackDown, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Sable.
All right. For our next match, we have Roddy Piper coming down to the ring, and he is in the corner of Sean O'Haire, and he's taking on Rikishi. Roddy Piper, he has a basket full of coconuts. And basically, the storyline is Rikishi is pissed off at what Roddy Piper did to Jimmy Snuka over 20 years ago at this time.
Jimmy Snuka and the Bloodline.
I'm guessing Rikishi didn't like The Lion King because he did not like the song. I got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Diddly-dee. Here they are standing in a row. Bump, 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 bump. Take one.
It doesn't matter. We sing Disney theme songs on the It Doesn't Matter podcast.
Hey, anything for cheap pop.
That's it. Speaking of cheap pop, Sean O'Haire was jacked to the gills compared to 2-3 years ago in WCW.
Talk about one of those talents that just never got to where he probably should have made it, man. That dude had it all. He was athletic. He had the body. He had the look, but could not talk.
Something you can relate to sometimes.
I know. That's why I was like,
gotta check that settings again. But yes, Sean O'Haire and Rikishi going at it here. Yeah, Sean O'Haire looking like $1 million, and he had those segments, and I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. And had that killer trench coat, and he had a cool ass theme music, which reminded me of like Sting's mid '90s sung theme. Because it had a lady singing it, so that was cool. And Roddy Piper returning to the WWE at WrestleMania during the Hogan Vince match, and they just kind of settled into this program. It's like came out of nowhere. It's like, Roddy Piper had some residual heat, so he can pass it on to Sean O'Haire. And hey, Sean O'Haire, he got the victory in this short match, so it looked like his career trajectory was going on the up and up, but sadly, it was not meant to be. But Rikishi, just another, a stopgap player for someone to run over, and that's what happened in this match. So it was.
This match was nothing special. I feel like it should have been at SmackDown, but it was pretty interesting because I'd never seen it before. I don't think anyone's seen it before when Rikishi was going for the stink face and Sean O'Haire put his legs up and just like kicked him in the ass literally, and then Rikishi went flying. Like, yo, that was, Rikishi sold the hell up. That shit was pretty funny.
I don't think anyone's ever done that to him. At least not the way to avoid the stink face.
Oh man, yeah, it was a wild time. It was a wild time, but Roddy Piper tried to interfere, and he ended up getting cracked in the head with a coconut. Ain't no blading right there. That was a hard way right there with that damn coconut.
You can't fake that.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
But the only thing about that match I didn't like was so much interference. I was like, I get it. He's trying to help his guy win, but the way he's interfering, it's like, all right, Roddy, you're taking too much away from the match. You are the match right now, and I respect you as a legend, but come on, let these guys work a little bit. But maybe that's what they wanted. So who am I to say?
So Rikishi with the win.
Yes, Rikishi
John,
with the win.
After this, what happened to Mark Ginger? Or excuse me, Sean O'Haire?
He died too. No.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, we know that.
Who knows what his problem was? Maybe he mouthed off to the wrong person, something like that. But he wouldn't go anywhere. I mean, he in real life he started doing MMA, and I think he was doing okay at that. And probably a drug overdose of some kind. It's just another tragic wrestling story. But by that time, he was far away from the WWE, so. You know, whatever happened, they stopped pushing him. He disappeared, and he had a not so great end of life. So that's what happened to Mr. Sean O'Haire. Could he have done more? Could he have even done better things? Absolutely, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Sad, man. That was a big waste of talent. That guy was doing a swanton at his size, just making it look almost better than Jeff Hardy. That's crazy.
Swanton.
Yeah, Swanton.
Swanton bomb.
A natural born thriller.
Yes, he was.
Natural born killer.
Lee.
All right, so after this, we see Sable backstage in catering talking to Stacy Keibler, and she's instigating the whole thing, telling Stacy that she's seen Torrie kissing Tess. And Torrie and Stacy got pissed off as she tossed her salad.
What?
But Sean O'Haire wish he was around to see that.
Oh, me too. I'm kidding.
Oh, Lord. All right, but after this, we see RVD and Kane backstage, and they're getting hyped up. Well, RVD's kind of on the he's not cool, he's not calm, he's kind of nervous side right now because he want to keep his title because they got Chief Morley as the special referee. John, tell the people who's Chief Morley.
Hello, ladies. He is
real ladies.
The big Valboski, Val Venus. That's what Chief Morley is. He'd stick around the WWE for quite a while and got a paycheck for many years. But after the Val Venus gimmick of the Attitude Era, he kind of just floundered for a very long time. Never found a great permanent role, but he was a good role player for many, many years. And I was a fan of his, so hey, always good to see the big Valboski in whatever form he's in.
I agree.
So at this time, was Chief Morley like under William Regal's commissioner or GM or what?
He was always with Eric Bischoff as a lackey. So Eric Bischoff had a lot of lackeys around him, and Chief Morley was one of them.
All right, I really don't remember this time, but good to know.
It's probably around the time I wasn't watching either.
Yeah, we was in high school. We was out there doing high school things.
Like football.
I wasn't doing that.
Oh, sorry. Why not?
Freezy Pops.
wasn't my thing.
Ninja Turtles fruit pies that were made of custard and vanilla.
PlayStation 2. Smackdown versus Raw.
Hey, you guys ever remember this chocolate cupcake thing where there was a cartoon bear and the cartoon bear took a bite out of every cupcake and was like, I took a bite out of every cupcake. to show you that it tastes good.
I think I remember seeing that.
So every cupcake that they sold in a 2-pack had a little bite
on it. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I don't recall that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but this match does matter because we have Rob Van Dam and Kane going against the Dudley Boyz. And for some reason, they kept showing that old graphic, the old Attitude Era tag titles or 80s, 90s tag titles on the graphic. But this right here, this was a fun match right here.
It was.
Dream, what do you think about this match?
Another reason why the Dudley Boyz are one of the greatest tag teams, if not the greatest tag teams of all time, man. Just they know how to work. They know how to cut the ring off. And RVD was in a lot of trouble most of the match. And that's exactly how you're supposed to do it. You keep that one man away. You wait for the hot tag for the big guy and let him do his thing. But it's just another level of why I love tag team wrestling. You actually really have to think about what you're going to do during the match and actually utilize the ring to its full capacity. If you're not doing that, then you're not really doing tag team wrestling. So, what the hell is going on, fellas? Guys?
What is going on? What is going on out there?
What is going on?
I don't know.
A little technical difficulties.
It ain't difficult because this match was excellent. RVD, he had educated legs, educated feet. Harvard, Yale.
Which one went to Yale?
The one that went outside of Bubba Ray Dudley's head.
University of Michigan.
He clocked him. Oh man, but yo, it was a good ass match. I love the whole presentation here. I love Kane's entrance. Kane, that pyro when it went off.
I hated it every time I was in the arena. I'm not gonna lie.
Did his job.
That shit was freaking hot. That I thought I was burning my eyebrows. I was like, still here. Still got
your shit wasn't looking like Charlie Haas, so you good.
Yeah, for now.
Heat.
I had that fuego.
Yes, but like Platano said, they was working on RVD, but when Kane finally got in the ring, he heats up, and then Chief Morley hits him with a low blow, and then Bubba goes for the pin, but Kane kicks out. And after this, RVD was getting up. Morley just clotheslines RVD, or he tried to clothesline RVD, but he misses and hit Bubba Ray Dudley. And then Devon, he gets pissed off. Then after that, them two are bickering, and then Morley throws a punch, but then Devon just goes right at him. And then after this, Devon lays it in. Bubba gets up. 3D. And then for some reason, Strap's going to fill me in. Why the hell did Lance Storm come out of nowhere to take out the Dudleys?
Well, Lance Storm at that. It's WrestleMania 19. It was a dark match. I mean, Lance Storm and Regal. They faced RVD and Kane for the tag titles in the pre-show for WrestleMania 19. They didn't make it to the main card, so they were still, relatively feuding with each other, and them and the champs and the Dudleys would just keep fighting each other, throughout Monday Night Raw's feud. So they obviously had some unfinished business, and that's why they interfered.
So it picked up from a dark match. Continue on.
Yeah. It was from the WrestleMania 19 pre-show dark match. Kind
of
pre-show.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, like Scott Steiner and Rico.
So we got Chief Morley. He's out. We have the Dudley Boyz getting taken out by Lance Storm. And I'm sitting there watching this. This is the first time I watched this show. I'm cracking up. Like, what the hell? I'm like, are they just going to rule this like a no contest? Because it's just too much stuff going on. But RVD hit that 5-star frog splash on Bubba Ray. A referee came out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. RVD and Kane are still your tag team champions. This match was entertaining. This match mattered.
Cool.
And I second that.
I'll third it.
Yes.
What's the next?
So we have another backstage segment. with Stacy Keibler, and she barges into the women's locker room.
Really?
Confronting Torrie.
Nice.
Want to know what is going on with Tess, and then she basically said
she passed the test.
She kissed Tess, but he put it on her. Basically, that's what it was. And then she pushed her, and they had a cat fight all in the locker room. But guys, did y'all see that chick in the towel holding the cat? Who the hell was that?
Yep, I don't remember. Oh, that was Ivory.
Yeah, she's still single.
That's why she got that damn cat.
Hey man, gotta play with the kitty cat every now and then.
All them kitty cats in the locker room, you gonna play with that kitty cat while you wearing the towel.
Yeah,
with all these divas that ain't doing shit during the show. You're wearing no dark match.
Oh Lord, these girls are getting some time on this show.
2 of them at least. 3.
Yeah. Well, our next match is for the women's title. We have Theodore Long in the corner of Jazz, Abel's girl.
Looks like a space alien.
The women's champion, Trish Stratus. And Teddy Long and Jazz came out, and I don't recall this Jazz theme song. It sounded like some type of sensational Ebony classic type porno type shit you might find on Pornhub.
Hey,
but
we need those 16 subscribers.
We might get them from Pornhub.
Hey, why not? If they got an OF,
hashtag
join us.
Look like your shirt right there, buddy.
Oh,
Emily Willis. All right, so this match here. We have Jazz in the ring, and the bitch is back, and the bitch is black. How you doing? That's what she said in the promo. Did Paul Mooney write her lines too? Anyway.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, this is still Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus in her infancy as a performer. So, she's still learning the ropes, but she just check her out from like a year ago or a year and a half ago, and she has improved tremendously over that period of time. And this is, I wouldn't say her prime, but she's approaching her prime as an athlete and as an in-ring competitor. But this match had good action. Jazz is the right opponent for someone like Trish Stratus at that time, so it was not too bad. Pretty good match.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Jazz dominated this whole match, and it was at one point when Trish was going for that springboard, or the handstand springboard on the top rope. The Jazz just caught her into like a single leg crab, and then she just like brought her down. That shit was like that was epic right there. I enjoyed that, but I wish she would just focus on the knee at that time. Trish got up like nothing, but it was pretty cool.
I hated that part.
Yeah. But Trish hit Teddy. Trish hit Jazz with Stratisfaction. She's going for the pin. Then next you see Teddy Long just flings his fucking shoe. Hit Trish in the head, y'all. I was crying when that shit happened. That shit was funny just for the distraction. And then
it was great. It was the fan. You didn't see him, ref? He's right there in the back.
Oh, yo, that was hilarious. But Jazz got the win. Trish was trying to go for a sunset flip, and she held on to the ropes. 1, 2, 3. Jazz is your new women's champion.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. It was a fun match.
Yeah, it was better than what I was expecting because, like John was saying, I know this is when Trish was in her infancy and she didn't really have the classics that she would have later on. But another reason why I like my girl Jazz, man, that girl knew how to wrestle. She get in the ring. She didn't play that shit with nobody. She was that bitch.
She was just like her husband. Not that bitch, but he was that dude. Rodney Mack, White Boy Challenge.
That dude show.
That was funny.
I like the White Boy Challenge.
Maybe. He only gave him 3 minutes.
Did somebody just last 3 minutes. Anyway, what's the next match there, Dom?
Well, we have another backstage segment. There's a lot of backstage
God.
segments in this shit.
Jesus.
We have Booker T with Shawn Michaels and Big Daddy Cool, Kevin Nash. And Booker T asked Shawn Michaels, "Are you ready?" HBK said he is ready. Then Booker T said, "But is he ready?" Talking about Kevin Nash. Nash said, "Don't you worry. I'm ready. I'm ready for Triple H." Question, Strap.
What?
So in 2002, the NWO debuted in the WWE at No Way Out. And we know WrestleMania 18. We know Scott Hall went against Stone Cold Steve Austin. We know Hollywood Hogan went against The Rock. But Kevin Nash was injured at this time. Was this his first match back since this time period?
That's such a weird time. I don't think Kevin Nash was injured, but I think they gave, he's such a loyal friend to Scott Hall that he gave him the spot. Or it didn't make any sense to me. I thought the bigger match would be Steve and Kevin Nash, but whatever happened, it was Scott Hall. I mean, Scott Hall was notorious, but it was probably maybe it was a Vince McMahon call. Vince McMahon knew that Scott Hall was a better wrestler than Diesel was. So, so many what ifs, man. But Kevin Nash, no, this was not his first match in his post and No Way Out. He actually wrestled The Rock in wearing jeans on SmackDown around the WrestleMania X8. So, no, this was not his first match back.
All right,
check that out.
But wow, all right. But after Backlash 03, when did the formation of the new NWO with Booker T, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, and X-Pac?
That was the year before
Big Show.
That was 2002. This is 2003, bruv.
Yeah,
with Booker T in it.
Yep, and they kicked him out maybe like a week or two later. He didn't last that long.
Yo,
so
playing that.
All right. So that's why Booker asked, "Is he ready?"
Yes. Favorite game I play, 1 year ago, 1 year in the future, 1 year in the past, the NWO thing was 1 year ago. As a matter of fact, in around June or July of 2002, when Kevin Nash tore his quad in the ring, in the very next week on Raw, Vince McMahon comes out to the NWO music and he says, "That is the last time you will ever hear that music," because he disbanded the NWO. Because what was the point? It was just Shawn, X-Pac, and Big Show at the time. He's like, and he said that. I when they say things in wrestling, I believe it. You shouldn't, but they're like, that's the last time you'll ever hear the NWO music, which is a lie because at least 12 years later they would play that music again. So not everything, no stipulation lasts forever.
Never say never in the world of professional wrestling.
I mean, I don't know. There's things I like. I like things that other people find crappy. I love Lex Luger. We love Psycho Sid, that big dummy. I love Kevin Nash, and I try to find all his matches in this era of him because he wasn't Diesel anymore. He was just Kevin Nash, and he wasn't treated like anything great. Him and Shawn Michaels, man, they were the dudes with attitude in 1995, and they had a Monday Night Raw in August of 2003, right before the SummerSlam, and they reunited. Diesel and Shawn Michaels, they reunited as the dudes with attitude, and they did their entrance, Diesel with the arm and in the ring like that. And maybe some people didn't care, but I cared. It mattered to me, damn it. But Kevin Nash, he just didn't have many good matches. He wrestled Jericho on Raw. He lost a hair match, and right before he went to SummerSlam. I mean, look at that SummerSlam. Jumping ahead a lot. The SummerSlam Elimination Chamber match with Goldberg, Michaels, RKO, and whatever. Think who was in that Elimination Chamber? Kevin Nash and Goldberg. Hello, the Starrcade 1998. Come on, guys. And even Spring Stampede, the show we just did not too long ago. Kevin Nash and Goldberg, man. They were both in the Elimination Chamber. Maybe they shook hands one time in that match. Jeez Louise.
Damn.
But Kevin Nash did not have many great moments as Kevin Nash. And he would even have two more matches with Triple H after this Backlash pay-per-view. One was just a straight-up match, and then they fought in a Hell in a Cell where Mick Foley was the referee at Bad Blood 03. And then, Kevin Nash didn't Yeah, that's right.
There
The
they go.
DOA, Brian Adams and Chains and 8-Ball and Skull. Love those guys. But years later, Kevin Nash was supposed to fight CM Punk. But then, Kevin Nash had a heart attack or something. He faced Triple H in the TLC match, December 2012. And Kevin Nash could not take a pedigree. What the hell's going on here? Backlash 03.
Strap facts, guys. Strap facts. This is the man right here. All right. Well, our next match, we have David versus Goliath. We have Power versus Speed. We have the Big Show taking on Rey Mysterio.
Look at that.
Yep.
That's a sight for sore eyes.
Look at that. CM Punk is on the bottom right. You see him right there? CM Punk. Sleepiest in the world.
Oh man.
But
guys, this match right here, Show had his way with Rey Mysterio. Rey did everything that he possibly can do, but Big Show, that's how you're supposed to wrestle Big Show. Every single night you're supposed to control the whole damn match. Rey was outside the ring. He palmed this man by his head, just picked him up like nothing, man. It was crazy just to bring him back into the ring. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
But, Rey being quick and whatnot, he's going to find his way. And for some reason, Big Show pushed the ref and Rey hit him with a chair. And then 619 to the gut, 619 to the butt. That's 1857 right there. All right, another 619. That's 1857, as my man Taz would say. But, Rey goes for the West Coast pop, but Big Show catches him. Bang!
Choke slam. Big Show flipped for that? Holy shit.
Oh, God.
That would have been a sight for sore eyes right there.
He could do it, though. That's the crazy thing.
He could do it, yeah.
That is the craziest thing.
But that was a monster choke slam.
Yeah.
Big Show damn near 7 foot. Well, Big Show is 7 foot tall and Rey's what? 5'2", 5'3", 5'4".
5'3", 5'5",
That's a long
5'6".
drop. That's a long drop for
man.
that little man. And then after the match, I think they played this on a do not try this at home. I think they might show this. But then again, who the hell's going to try that at home? Let me put you on a stretcher or on the backboard of a stretcher while you're all tied up, pick you up like nothing. Rey just, help me, please. And then, wham, right to the turnbuckle.
Yeah. That's crazy. Like, that's a scene you don't see anywhere. That's too bad you don't have the fucking
it's
video.
so graphic, we're not going to show it here. It's
yeah.
Don't try it at home.
It's one of those things when you see it for the first time, you're like, what the hell just happened?
It's an accident.
There's no way. But then you look at the monster doing it, you're like, yeah, that's possible.
He wasn't thinking, man. He wasn't thinking. Big Show wasn't thinking. Paul White, the man behind the show, was not thinking. So when he whacked Rey Mysterio on the paramedic board there and Rey had to fall on his face, oh, man, it's just a bad time all around. He got reamed out for it, though. Vince McMahon was like, I'm going to put you in embarrassing angles for the next 15 years.
Yep.
So,
Thank God that wasn't Mark Henry doing that. He probably would have snapped the board in half with his strength, man. Whew.
Seriously.
Yeah, Mark Henry's a different beast, man. I know Big Show is a big dude and strong, powerful, but Mark, yeah, there's a reason why he's the world's strongest man.
That's right. All right, so after this, we have a backstage segment of Chris Jericho, Triple H, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and they are with Lillian Garcia. And Triple H said that he is going to deal with Kevin Nash, and Chris Jericho is going to make HBK, Shawn Michaels submit to the walls of Jericho, and Booker T, you're going to have to deal with the Nature Boy. Woo!
I love it.
Yeah.
Love the Nature Boy.
It's just crazy because just knowing how the rivalry between Chris Jericho and Triple H, how the hell y'all tag team?
That's the first thing I was thinking too.
I'm like, damn, they just do this shit together. Like,
yep.
What match? Strat, what year was it that Jericho and Triple H at WrestleMania. That was
This
18.
year.
The year prior. Now listen here, man. So dig this,
Brother.
You know that big thing with Triple H coming back at Madison Square Garden, you know, with the U2 theme song and all that jazz, right?
Yes.
And it was a big deal. He won the Royal Rumble, went to WrestleMania to face Jericho in the main event. That was not the main event, Rock Hogan. Think about the end of the year again. And this was the time when he was facing RVD, you know, and he was in the first Elimination Chamber, and people hated his ass by that point, you know. They were tired of him. They were tired of the game Triple H. But 12 months earlier, oh my God, he's back. Thank God he's back. You know, he was so beloved. And within a span of 1 year, man, boo this man. He did turn on Shawn Michaels in the summertime, but
yeah.
But yeah, you know, their big Triple H and Jericho's big feud was in 2000, but it main evented WrestleMania just 1 year earlier.
Crazy. You know what's crazy? Chris Jericho's mustache or his goatee. That shit was terrible. Looking like all them damn facial styles you had. No Diddy. It was terrible. Tree.
Yes, he had a learning tree to go through.
You know, I had memories of this 6-man. Are we getting there yet?
We're getting close. We're getting close. We're like 2 matches away.
Okay. Well, this backstage promo, the opposing team had one earlier, and this is just the heels getting their turn at a little backstage promo. So there you go.
Yeah.
So after this promo, we have another backstage segment. We see Torrie Wilson and Stacy backstage beefing still, and then Scott Steiner comes out to help Stacy. And then Tess comes out, hey, what are you doing with my girl? Scott Steiner at the time had Stacy Keibler in his arms, but he put her down like a lady, and you know what? You deal with that. What kind of Scott Steiner is this? I want the mother. You son of a, you big. I want one of them type of Scott Steiners. Get bleeped out. He was all calm. Strat.
Why?
Did Seth? I'm about to say Seth. Did Test and Scott have a match after this? After Backlash 3?
You're gonna want to follow this storyline. So in the beginning, yes, Scott Steiner was a baby face, and he was with Stacy Keibler, protecting her from the big bad booty Test. You know, the big bad guy Test, and they would be heel and face, and they'd be facing out. And then they became a tag team, and then they both abused Stacy Keibler.
Oh my God! What the hell?
That's the storyline. There's a twist in there. I don't remember, but that's what happened. And oh my God,
jeez!
That's all I gotta say about that, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Why am I not surprised?
Hey, I met Scott Steiner that September at the WrestleMania 20 on sale, a pay-per-view he was also not on, but went to New York City before GPS, before cell phones, taking it on an old Kodak disposable camera, wait for the flash to recharge. What a time. What a time to be alive. I'd rather be here now instead of then in some ways. But yeah.
So was Scotty only back for what, a year or so? Or 2 years?
Yeah. He kind of disappeared right before WrestleMania 20. So
20.
Wow. Yeah, 2004. So
wow.
1 year contract. So sad. You know, when he came in, he debuted against Triple H, but he had some terrible ass matches. That's why he got de-pushed. And you know, they could have used him in so many other feuds and things like that, but he was just stuck with like the likes of, you know, Hurricane and Test and Rico, those guys. So he never reached the main event level in the WWE.
Terrible.
I remember the whole bodybuilding posing and
that was a Mohegan Sun.
And then the arm wrestling. I remember all that joint. That's crazy.
Oh Lord! Triple H looked small for once. I was like, "Holy shit!"
This was at the Mohegan Sun Monday Night Raw. They set up this weightlifting bench thing right there, right on the side of the stage, and they're like, "Tonight, Steiner and Triple H weightlifting competition," and that set is right there the whole time. They come out. Scott Steiner comes out. I ain't doing no weightlift challenge. Triple H, fight me like a man in the ring. They had this thing set up for no reason. So dumb. So stupid.
Yeah, Mark Henry set it up.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
What's the next match on Backlash 03?
All right, so our next match is for the WWE
Oh,
Championship. We have Brock Lesnar going against John Cena, and this is not the Brock Lesnar that we know from Suplex City, and this is not John Cena that we know now. This is the rapper John Cena, and so they had a tournament on who's gonna fight Brock at Backlash. So John Cena defeated The Undertaker, he defeated Eddie Guerrero, and he defeated Chris Benoit to become your number one contender to face Brock
two dead
Lesnar.
men.
3 dead men.
That's true.
Oh, yes, the Sex Trafficker versus the Invisible Man for the WWE Championship.
Yes.
Man. This is John Cena.
All right, so my man John Cena, he's from West Newbury, Massachusetts, but he comes out in a Yankee jersey, Roger Clemens. So you think
Turncoat.
you would think he would, want to be a baby face at home? Nah. It kept him a heel. It is what it is. But it is what it was. This match was okay. They had like a wrestling match. This is no Suplex City. There's no 5 Moves of Doom. Brock had a bandage on his head, and eventually he got busted open.
Yep.
And yeah, Cena did everything he tried to do to get the win. Low blow. Tried to hit him with the chains. Didn't work. Brock with F5 for the win. What do you guys think about this match?
It was one of those typical Brock matches when he's actually almost baby facing the match, where he's selling. Brock is so underrated with the selling, man. I've told you plenty of times, that dude is in my Mount Rushmore. Someone's getting kicked off, and Brock's going to be on that, as far as I'm concerned. You put somebody in there that can go to any era, it's going to be Brock. He can go in the 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way right now. He is a main event star. And I know it's not the type of matches that John likes, because Brock is pretty simplistic. He has a certain type of a match that he has, whether he's either beating the shit out of you the whole match, or if he's going to sell, he's got to have like one move where you catch him off guard, which it makes sense. A guy that big, that fast, you have to he's got to slip on a banana peel basically before you can actually put some work in. But like you said, John was doing everything he can. He wasn't that guy yet. Vince didn't see him as that champion, even though they were hinting at it. Even in the commentating, they're like, yeah, he's doing everything he can to win that title, but he just fell short. But he will be one day. I'm like, yeah, little do you know. John,
Speaking
what do you think?
of resistance.
Yeah, they did.
It's sometimes you don't want to watch wrestlers before they were superstars, but sometimes you do. But this was the first big stage moment for both of these guys. I mean, hell, they started at the same time. Where's Randy Orton and Batista and all this? They were both hurt. But yeah, this is, I mean, watching it with modern eyes, it doesn't make any sense. It's bizarro world. But if you watched it at the time, you just have a young Brock Lesnar. He's supposed to be the dominant guy. He's still new to the company. John Cena, the hot young upstart. It's kind of like having a career where they're just going to erase it, because once they start the super push, they'll just like, this happened? No, it never happened. Erase from history.
He never tapped. That never happened.
Yeah, he never tapped. So, but for what it was okay. I don't know if anyone had any high expectations for it. The only surprising thing is, John Cena going heel in his home area, but wrestling fans, they're not that stupid sometimes, and they can see through the charade that, come on, this is a Massachusetts guy wearing, what's he doing wearing Red Sox? We'll just ignore that. And then, as you would see in the main event, these fans are just going to do whatever the hell they want.
Yep.
Yeah.
So did this match matter to you guys?
It was in the middle for me, just because we knew the star power, and I kind of wanted to see where they were at that time, just like John was saying, but no. Yeah, it's in the middle for me.
Do we have a middle?
It somewhat matters.
Somewhat matters. Yeah. Well, the match by itself, it somewhat matters. I mean, going ahead, the show will ask me that when it comes to it. So for now, let's go on to the next part of Backlash 03.
All right. So after this, we have our 6-man tag match. I don't know who Sean O'Connor is in the graphics, but don't judge me. But
I'm judging.
So we have the Nature Boy Ric Flair come down to the ring with his 1992 theme song. I don't know why they put that version on the network on Peacock. We have Chris Jericho, and we have the Game, your World Heavyweight Champion, Triple H. And they take on Booker T. And I've never heard that theme song in my life. I know John has something to say about that shit.
I didn't either. I was like, what the hell is going on?
The only thing I want to say is like, so during going to Ring of Honor shows, I met this person, and she got the major guns. Her name is Becca, and she used to work as the logo blurrer for all the WWE stuff, WWF to E. She was the logo blur, and there's a whole team dedicated to swapping out music that at the time they were editing these things, they did not have the rights to. So for a period of time, they did not have the rights to the Ric Flair theme we all know. They did not have the rights to the Booker T theme that we all know. And they had at the time, before the network, before Peacock, was WWE 24/7. So these matches were edited for WWE 24/7 with what they had available. And this is what they pumped in. And sometimes it's hilarious. Sometimes it's disappointing. Sometimes they actually fix it again, because as you know, they made a deal with the World Wildlife Fund, and they no longer had to blur the WWF logo or mentions from anything. Except in the video games, they still blur out everything in those things. But yeah, that's why. Can you dig it? That's why that would happen.
I was hot. I listened to that. I'm like, oh, come on.
Oh man, just like ECW One Night Stand 2006. Here comes the sand. What is that? What is that?
That's not Raven's song. Call.
I told you.
Anyway,
yeah.
6-man tag team action here.
All right, so we got Booker T, Shawn Michaels, and Kevin Nash going against Triple H, Ric Flair, and Chris Jericho. And you know what? Kevin Nash at this time, he looked phenomenal at this time. He looked like Kevin Nash back in WCW, but he was only in the match for maybe 5 minutes because I feel like the match kicked off with Shawn Michaels going against Chris Jericho. It was good. Next to Booker T and Ric Flair got in the ring, and Triple H got in the ring after that. And then when Kevin Nash finally got the tag, he didn't know what the hell to do. That's what it looked like to me. It seemed like he just did all his signature spots, the back elbow into the corner, the thighs to the stomach. I don't think we've seen the big foot into the corner. I don't think we've seen that. Might have seen one sidewalk slam or whatnot, but it was like he looked dazed, like he didn't know what to do. Like, all right, like I'm winded, but it was a good match. Everybody got their spot in. Everybody got their signatures off, and the finish of the match, Kevin Nash is getting ready to
Powerbomb Jericho.
Yeah, jackknife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Through the table on the outside area, announce table.
Oh, in the ring.
And
in the ring.
Well, no, because remember he had a table set up. Well, he's gonna put Triple H through the table.
Yeah.
And then Shawn Michaels was gonna beat up inside the ring. So Kevin Nash stopped what he's doing. Went to the ring to go help his buddy. Get ready to jackknife Chris Jericho, and which he did. And then Triple H comes in with his old reliable, his sledgehammer. Boom. That too.
Goddamn TOA.
That too.
Boys for life.
1, 2, 3. The heels, Chris Jericho, Ric Flair, and Triple H, your World Heavyweight Champion, with the win. What do you guys think about that match?
It is a lot of chaos for me, just because it's a 6-man. It's tough to try to keep the action once it starts going in and out. But I like the way it started off with HBK and Jericho. You can't go wrong with those two at that time. Those guys were probably the best wrestlers of that era and that time. But like you said, Kevin, he did look like he just didn't want to do anything, or he played his hits and that was it. Maybe because he hasn't been in the ring for so long, or he had a little bit of ring rust. It's possible. Plus, he's a big guy. It's like he's not selling for nobody. Are you kidding me? He's 7 foot. I'm not getting up and down. No way. I respect that. Even though I didn't like Kevin growing up, but now seeing some of the matches, I respect him. I get why he did what he did.
I know you call him overrated in one show.
Yeah, and I said I eat crow, man. After watching that match with was it with Sid or I forget what match it was on WCW.
Sid's coming soon.
It was Kevin Nash Goldberg 2. I said, all right, I'll eat crow. He got me. So
if Kevin Nash want to work, Kevin Nash will work.
It's got to make sense for him though too.
Kevin Nash is always like, I want to wrestle a realistic style. Like if this is a barroom brawl, like for real, I would wrestle. I'm like, oh yeah, then why does your forearm show so much light? Yeah, like that. His forearms are all like that, barely touching the guy. I mean, he would hurt you as much as Hulk Hogan would hurt Bam Bam Bigelow. It would not hurt you at all.
No, it'd be like Hogan with the chair shot. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine after watching this match. High expectations, a lot of talent in the ring, klutzy finish, but it was a finish designed to build to those other two matches I was talking about at Judgment Day, Kevin Nash and Triple H for the world title. Then that one had a piece of crap too, which led to their other match at the Hell in the Cell. So this tag team match was designed just to get some stars in there and promote more Kevin Nash Triple H matches. So for what it was still underwhelming. I wish there was more to it. I mean, trios matches can be awesome. This was not one of them. Where the hell were Top Flight and Action Andretti? Okay,
all injured.
All not born yet.
That's true.
Ayo.
Damn, that's great. Ayo. All right, but here we go. Main event time. We have the most electrifying man in all entertainment, The Rock, my man, taking on my other man from from WCW, Bill Goldberg. Oh. This is a dream match. This match should have taken place at Invasion, but they couldn't get it booked. Rock is doing some things, and Goldberg, he was getting paid already. But, before The Rock gets into the ring, he cuts a promo with Terry Runnels, and he's getting hyped, basically saying that he's not scared of Goldberg, and he's going to do what he got to do, and he's going to whoop Goldberg's ass. It was a good-ass promo. It was a fun promo.
It was funny promo, too.
It was a funny promo. Don't you laugh! Don't you laugh!
Well, Rock always got to do something to just pop the guys. I gotta love this fucking guy.
Yes. So the match starts. They're staring at each other, going back and forth. But Goldberg was being Goldberg. He hit him with a rock bottom, hit him with a spear. Speared the shit out of him again.
Yep. Twice.
The Rock sold that spear. But long story short, The Rock took a rock bottom, 3 spears, and a jackhammer for the win. Or Goldberg gave all that to The Rock for the win.
Yeah.
But the fans were all Team Rock. This is WWF going against WCW. Goldberg is your good guy. The Rock is your heel. And everything that The Rock did, they were hyped for The Rock right here. This match right here was kind of like it was the beginning for Goldberg, but it kind of went downhill for him because the fans weren't feeling him at this time. I was, but still.
No, I think what it is the whole loyalty with WWF and WCW. It's like, oh, another one of these guys trying to take one of our guys' spots. We're not going to let that happen. So we're just going to boo him. And Goldberg let the crowd take over, and unfortunately, it ruined his run. He probably could. Even Earl's like, well.
Earl is Chinese.
Yeah, unfortunately, like you said, this was the unfortunate start of his run that he did not like, and he said it multiple times that he did not like this run at the time, and he wasn't comfortable. He was very uptight and just he wasn't feeling it, which I understand because it's a different company. You just don't know how they're going to treat you, but hey, man, just have fun. You don't know if you just let it go.
Crazy. So we get Scott Steiner in WWE for a year. We get Goldberg in WWE for a year. Anybody else? How long was Kevin Nash? He was like for a cup of coffee, but he came back. He went to TNA and then came back.
Triple H spent the year 2002 and 2003 beating every single WCW main eventer.
Yep.
And yeah, so there you go. Yeah.
Yep. How long was DDP in the company for? For a cup of coffee, right?
Like DDP April 02 because he got injured by Hardcore Holly after WrestleMania X8.
No, you're right. See, that's why you strap facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Strap, what do you think about this match, though?
I mean, as a Rock fan, if you're a Brock Lesnar fan and you like Brock Lesnar stuff, I'm a Rock fan. I like Rock stuff. Of course, I like him overshadowing Billy Bitchcakes over here. And, I like Goldberg too, but Whisker Biscuits, he's just not going to cut it to the WWE audience. No. And The Rock just completely overshadowed him. Was it the most professional thing to do? Perhaps not. I mean, Rock was trying. He wanted to put over Bill Goldberg, but The Rock just couldn't help himself. He is the most electrifying man, so he had to do what he had to do. But how was the match? Could you watch it over and over again throughout history? I say you could, because you will find you know what happened. You know what happened to Goldberg's run, and he would come back and he would have a better run and then fuck it up. But whatever, So the Goldberg's 1 year run, as up and down as it was, it had brief moments of greatness, and I would count this as one of them. It was a good performance, so you could watch this match. It's very entertaining for, like I said, many different reasons. Yep. So it definitely does matter. So there you go. Definitely does matter.
It definitely does matter to me too.
Does the show matter? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Will you go back and watch it again?
You could.
Yes.
I mean, piece by piece, no. I mean, there's lots of things where you're like, this isn't that important. This isn't that great. But as a collective, as a whole, it is a great snapshot of a photo of moments in time. Goldberg and The Rock, Triple H at that time, Jericho at that time, Booker T, Nash at that time,
the Guerreros,
Lesnar and Cena. It had the Guerreros while they were still. I mean, Eddie's still doing well. There's a lot. Look how skinny the world's greatest tag team are. Holy smokes! I mean, they say people fill out when they get older. Shelton Benjamin still incredible shape up until the Hurt Business, and now. And just look at him now at the Hurt Business and look at him then. Still in great shape both times, but he is a skinny little twerp back then, man. Fresh out of college, So individually matches, not that great, but as a whole, as a collective, as a show to put in the time capsule, absolutely, definitely does matter.
I agree.
This show definitely does matter. This is a great show overall. And this is how we close out the month of April. We started the month of April with our main event of the most electrifying man of all entertainment, The Rock, going against Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 17. And we closed the month of April with the most electrifying man of all time, The Rock, going against Bill Goldberg. That's how you do it. But next week, it's going to be May. And we're going to remember the late, great Owen Hart. We're going to talk about some Owen Hart classic matches, some Owen Hart memories that we enjoyed of him. And we also going to recap the tribute show from May 24th, 1999.
Oh man, what a show that
was. That's how we're gonna kick off the month of May. All about Owen Hart.
Just look how big his damn nose is.
Got your nose. Sorry.
I'm not a nugget.
No, but I am a plushie.
Gross.
I just want to thank the Martha Hart Foundation for this, though. I've always been a Owen Hart fan, and being one of the 250 guys that actually got this, thank you. So, and thank you AEW for allowing Martha for this, because we know she did not give a damn about wrestling once her husband passed. So, again, we're gonna pay tribute to him properly, and thank you.
Stop cursing.
Dom.
Yeah, man. Jeez.
What?
Stop driving those biker boys out there.
Yeah, I know John after this is gonna play Owen Hart in AEW Fight Forever for what, $19.99 at Walmart now.
Oh,
With
really?
proceeds going directly to someone.
Little Jimmy Shoe Fund.
There you go.
That's right. All right, but until then, I'm the Notorious One. I am Dom. I am here with Poppy Platino. I'm here with the man with all the facts, strap facts, that is. And we will see you next month. We will see you next week. We will see you with a new episode of the It Doesn't Matter podcast. Boom.